Hello my fellow YouTubers, this is Dubb coming at you with another Minecraft tutorial. What I have for you today is a 100% completely automated villager farm. It could be used for carrots or potatoes. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started, pull out some dirt blocks, and on this one side we're going to go ahead and lay down 15 blocks. That's going to be the first side of our farm. It has to be 15 because any bigger, any smaller, it'll just kill the efficiency of the farm. This size right here is the perfect size. Then we're going to lay down 5 catty corner pieces like so, and on the 6th one we're going to go ahead and start another row of 15. That's one corner done, and we're going to go ahead and do the other 3 corners just the same way. And please pay attention to the measurements and the placement of the blocks, especially when it comes to the lighting and water blocks, because that just won't kill the efficiency of the farm. Your farm simply will not work if blocks are not placed in the exact position. But I'll do my best to keep y'all informed with the measurements and try not to leave out anything important. So we're going to go ahead and fill in the rim of this, and after that we're going to go ahead and fill in the middle. Alright, so when you've got all the middle filled in, the next step is to go ahead and drop all the water in, and that's going to be really easy, but please pay close attention to the placement of the water bucket. Let's go ahead and grab one, and what we're going to do is we're going to start from the middle, and we're going to follow that row to the end, and then we're going to count in 5 blocks, and on that 5th block we're going to go ahead and drop the water just like so. Do it one more time on this side, and we're going to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do this to all 4 sides. Alright, and if you do it right, you should have something like this. That's the water for the sides of the farm. Now we need to do the corners, and that's just as easy. Go ahead and line yourself up with this row where the water's in, and take it until it lines up with this row right here. Just drop in the water. I'm going to go ahead and do that to all 4 sides. Easy peasy. Alright, next we want to go ahead and pull out a trusty hoe, a diamond hoe. Everybody needs a good hoe. And want to go ahead and till out all of the ground except for the middle 9x9. I'll get to that in a little bit. The middle is super important to making this farm work. If you want to be a little bit extra careful, from every water source you can go out 4 blocks in every direction and fill it all in. And if it's perfect, it should all line up perfectly. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started right in the middle here, and I know what you're thinking. Hey C-Dubb, if I put down a bucket of water right here, I can till out everything and everything fits in perfectly. But on the contrary, the last thing we want is a water source in the middle. Actually, we want that middle block to be tilled and a water source on either side, and that would be the left and right, and creating a front and back, which is very important to this farm. I'm going to go ahead and drop some water buckets in and go ahead and till everything out. I took the liberty of putting on the roof and the walls off camera, but I'll show you what I did. Let's go ahead and just pop on down here. Really no big deal, it's just a 3-high wall. Let's go ahead and fix that. And on the top of the 3rd block, I went ahead and put half slabs on the top half of that 3rd block. And half slabs just because, you know, a little bit more headroom and mobs don't spawn on top. Alright, we are moving on to the all-important lighting. This is the part where you really have to pay attention. So from the center block here, we're going to go out 6 blocks, drop in a light source, count out another 8 blocks, and on that block put in a light source, which should be 1 off the end. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that on the other 3 sides. And we know this one's 1 off the edge. Yep. And just be sure to count, double check, triple check your measurements, because if these lights are not in the right place, your farm simply will not work. Alright, so 6 there and 1 off the end. Alright, so that takes care of the lighting in the middle and the sides. We just need to go ahead and do the corner. It's not complicated at all, just do exactly as I do. We're going to go 3 in from this corner right here. We're going to go 3 catty corner pieces down, and where those 2 line up, that's where you want to go ahead and drop a light source. And we'll do it on this side, but in the reverse. From this corner, go 3 blocks in, go 3 catty corner pieces down, and where they intersect, that's where our light's going. And to finish up this corner, what we want to do is line ourselves up with these 2 lights we just put in, and right in the middle of those 2 put in another light source, and that will finish this one corner, and we just have to do that on the other 3 sides. I'll go kind of fast on this one. Just basically go 3 in, then 3 down, light source, line the 2 lights up right in the middle, drop 1 in, and yeah, So if all is done right, you should have something like this. I'll go ahead and get a sky view. If you need to pause it and count everything out, you can. But this next step, please pay attention to this one. We need to find the front. If you remember, we put the buckets of water on the left and right on that middle block. Well, we need a front, and I signified that with a stone block and a stone pressure plate. That's going to be the front, and where that front is, you take this light right here and you have to move it back one block. That is the only light that you change. I recommend setting all of the lights and then finding that one light and pushing it back one block. Guys, time to get started with the middle. Just go ahead and follow along with me. I do want to talk to you about these villagers for a little bit. It's very important. We're going to use 2 villagers, and it's super important that both these villagers come from a villager breeder that you have already built. The reason we need to do that is because we need to ensure that these villagers have nothing in their inventory, and one of the only ways to do that is to get them when they're baby villagers from a villager breeder, isolate them from the rest of the herd and keep them isolated till they all grow up, and then you'll ensure that they have nothing in their inventory. Alright, so moving on with this middle of the build here, you want to build up something like this, and on one side here I want to put down a temporary block and a fence gate on top. Break the temporary block and open up the gate and lay down 2 blocks here. That's where the water's going to travel, and it's going to travel carrying our items into that opening. Next, let's put a block here that'll keep the villager nice and snug, and that needs to go down 1 block. It's a temporary block. On top of that, put a fence gate, open up the fence gate and break that block. Go ahead and break this one so we can see for now. I'm going to go ahead and get a bucket of water, put it down right there, and you can see it flowing towards the opening. Gonna put a lily pad on top. That's where the villager will stand. And let's get a half slab ready. And let's go ahead and throw a villager in. Any villager but the green villager. I don't know if these nitwit villagers actually work with these farms or not, but rather not find out during a tutorial. So let's just go ahead and take care of this guy, and that'll work. For this top villager that's going to stay up here, it could be any color coat villager that you find. And put a half slab like so to keep him from jumping out. If this is going to be a 1-layer farm, go ahead and cover up the farm, the villager. That's not really necessary if you're going to go ahead and stack these farms. These farms are stackable, but if you're not going to stack them, I highly recommend, or more than recommend, you have to cover up the villager, or there's going to be too much light coming in, and the farm simply will not work. Alright, now that we've got that done, let's go ahead and cover this up, and it's time to give our farm a quick little test. And this will signify and let you know if you've done everything right. Basically, in this 1 block right here, you want to go ahead and till it and put down a carrot or a potato. And if you step off this pressure plate just like that, that carrot should pop out. And the reason it does that is because we moved this block, that light source, back 1 block, and it's just a little too dark for anything to grow. If your food is doing that, then you're right on track. Alright, next we need to get a villager for the inside. That has to be a brown coat villager just like that. Alright, we got lucky. Let's go ahead and push this guy back in. Cover this up so he can't get out. And again, this villager has to come from a villager breeder that you isolated from when he was a baby, allowed him to grow, get big on his own without interference from any other villagers. From that point on, you want to throw him at least 9 stacks of whatever you're wanting to grow, and if all goes well, he should at least have 8 of those. And he had picked up more than 8, so we know that's right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw him one more stack just to make sure. And looks like he's filled up with carrots. And at that point, we're pretty much done. I'll go ahead and show you how this farm works, but first we got to go ahead and plant everything. And hey, look at that guy, he's helping out. Excellent. So we got to go ahead and get this all filled in. I know it's a lot to fill in, but you do have a little help, even though he's a little bit slow. And 2, once you fill this in one time, you will never have to plant carrots ever again. That's the beauty of this. It's a set it and forget it type of farm. You can just build it one time, step away, and you can just check your loot every once in a while, but you never have to come back in here ever again. Alright, he's no help. Alright, so I am spamming some bone meal, trying to get this guy's attention, let him know, hey, got some carrots that are all grown, ready to go. He just needs to pick a few of them and go. Oh, he's moving. He's moving. Oh, he's going to his buddy, I think. And he is. Oh, beautiful. The farm is working. He should be throwing them carrots anytime now, and it should not quite make it to him. Oh, did you see? Ah! Oh my God. Oh, I got so excited I punched the glass out. I forgot it was on creative. But you did see the farm work really quick. I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and replant this, and then we're going to do a quick AFK session. Alright, got everything planted. I know the farm works. I saw him, work it real quick, even if it was for a split second. Oh, and there he goes again. Alright, so we know the farm works. We need to check the efficiency of the farm. How well is it producing? And where we're going to do that is, and there's so many ways to do this to pull out the carrots or the potatoes that are being farmed, but for now I'm just going to do a couple of hoppers into a chest, just like so. Fill this all back in, and this is gonna be a very, very short AFK, maybe 5-10 minutes. I think that's more than enough to give us a good idea of exactly what to expect from this farm. So yeah, let me just jump on out of here really quick, and I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Alright, so it's been a good 10 minutes, more like 9, not even a full 10 minutes. Let's go check the chest and see what we got. He's busy working. Wait, this side. And 6 stacks, or almost 6 stacks. And that's not bad. For about 9-10 minutes of AFK to get 6 stacks of carrots, man, I'm going to call that a success. And guys, like I said, you could do this farm with carrots or potatoes. Works well. Set it and forget it. As long as you got a good villager like him, he'll keep producing carrots for you. But guys, that's it. If you've liked what you've seen and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down in the comments. I've really enjoyed making this video, and I think I just punched a hole in my ceiling. Oh, I did. Let's go ahead and fix that. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. That's what I was trying to say. But alright guys, did I just punch another hole in my ceiling? Yes, I did. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you on the next tutorial. Alright, thanks. Goodbye.